Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Estância São Carlos with me, C. Waddy here in Farming Simulator 22. I've just completed the fertilising contract on field 23. So we'll get paid for that. And yeah, just having a look at things. There's not a whole lot of contracts out there at this moment in time for me to do, but we got paid a little bit there, having done the fertilising. Obviously, we really need that bowing job to be done. So I'm going to go and actually check now on my way back to the yard. To see what is going on with the ploughing contract and why the guy hasn't perhaps finished that job yet. Because I don't think he's got massive amounts to do. Or I didn't think he got massive amount left to do. But we'll have a look. Like I say, it'll be interesting in the next month when we tick over into October what jobs appear. It looks like there could be a lot of harvesting jobs. Could be a lot of harvesting jobs to do. Looking at a lot of the crops around the map in their different forms and stages of growth. Do need to go and get some fuel for this tractor though, as well. And then, like I say, we'll go check in on Mr. Plough and see how he's getting on, because he seems to be taking a very long time to finish that contract. I mean, I know he's getting paid nicely, but you don't want to think that he might be taking the mick a little bit, you know, and just dragging the job out. You don't want to hope, you don't hope that your employees are just making a job longer than it needs to be just so they can get a bit more money. You know, didn't really do a massive whole interviewing process, did we, on this? We just hired who showed up, basically. But yeah, we're making our way back. We're also causing an absolute traffic jam with all the traffic, because we're not the quickest moving thing on the road, are we? In that lovely little Massey Ferguson tractor here, look. Yeah, we're already clocking up some hours on it, which is nice, as we are on all of our equipment. Like I say, we're doing all right at our little shop of operations. Got refill filler. 60 quid. I tell you what, that's a lot more sensible, isn't it, eh? That feels like more sensible fuel prices. 60 quid for a tank of juice. not $600 or $1,600 for a tank of juice like I've paid to fill up some equipment on some other maps. Right, we need to go find our lovely big boy tractor next, who's doing the ploughing, I think. I don't want to park them too close. I do want to give them the machines a bit of breathing room. Right. Okay, plough is actually on the headlands by the looks of it. But he is getting low on fuel. We are 91% complete on this job, are we? Yeah, it's because he's doing the internal bit. Right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop him there. Because he does need to be refueled. And if we keep him going... If we keep him going, all that's going to happen is he's going to get really annoyed. And when he runs out of fuel, then we've got problems because I can't refuel him. I've got no way of getting any diesel to him in the field. And I don't want to have to buy a trailer. Although... some kind of mobile service platform would be kind of useful to have, I think, on this map. Possibly. We'd be able to do vehicle repairs and maintenance wherever we may be, undertaking whatever tasks we may be, and then having the option to do fuel as well would be... very nice. So perhaps, maybe, possibly, the the old FST-99 Thunder Creek, Thunder, as a millennial farmer would say, Thunder. We could probably do with getting one of those. And have it, at least then we've got mobile repairs and mobile refueling, as well as mobile recharging. Because of course, there are electric vehicles in the world now, and sometimes you have to remember to recharge them. I feel like we've been here a lot in the last few days. The old gas station. I didn't even realise there was like a whole town back here. Haven't really been off and explored. But with a full tank of fuel, we can go back to the field and we can say, you know what? Let's get these headlands done now. And get this ploughing contract finitoed and get paid. Right. We start there. Let him carry on. So we should get this ploughing contract done today. He's only got a couple of trips around the field to do. He hasn't got to do any stopping and reversing and turning, so he's just literally can keep his foot flat to the floor. 11 kilometers an hour, 12 kilometers an hour. He can be quite happy, because that's the bit that takes all the time, and that's what adds on to the length of the jobs. It's all that turning and manoeuvring when he's just doing the up and down rows. Having to turn around at the end of every row and reposition yourself, realign yourself, that's the bit that takes all the time. When you're just driving like this, like he is now, this is actually quick. And that's sometimes why I prefer to do fields like spirals rather than doing like up, down, zigzag. I prefer to do spirals because the guy can actually go a little bit quicker, I think. There's a couple of little places where he's missed a little bit here and he's missed a sprig there, but all in all, we're not going to worry too much about that. Field's looking pretty decent. Contract wise, we are, like I say, we're at 91%, so that is going nicely. Some supply transport contracts have popped up. New ones. Again, there's nothing really we can do with these because we haven't got any products of our own. We're not being, I mean, these are contracts where people are asking if you happen to have, you know, if you have 23,000 litres of wheat, please deliver it to warehouse 1 in the next 42 hours, 13 minutes and blah 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 seconds, and you can get paid 20,244. You know, $20,244. It's great for people who sit on crops and have silos full of stuff just sitting around, because there's a good chance you can make a bit of profit from that crop. Because if you can hit them contracts, and if the contract pops up, and you're like, hey, I can do that. I mean, like, if I happen to have 114,000 litres of sorghum just sitting around, that would be a very nice contract to do at the moment. If I happen to have 191,000 litres of wood, I don't know how that translates into actual logs, but if I happen to have that many logs just lying around, that's a nice bit of money just sitting there, ready to be claimed by somebody. So basically, yeah, the supply and transport contracts down here are basically people posting that they have a need, an urgent need for something. And if you happen to have it lying around, you can make good money from that by delivering it. All you're doing is delivering it. You're not having to grow it. You're not having to harvest it. You're making use of what you've just got lying around on your farm. It's really quite nice. I have used that system on a few maps in a few other Let's Plays, but because of my recent Let's Plays, like obviously Riverview and that, where we didn't actually start out with a farm, much like here on Estância, we don't have a farm, we don't have a silo, we're not working fields of our own. The supply and transport contracts was something I never really got into, because I was never in a situation where I just had silos full of crops. So it's not something we've done in the last few Let's Plays. Whether we'll get back to it on this Let's Play or not, I don't know. It might be nice as a future goal to say, hey, you know what? We're going to be in a situation one day where we're going to have fields, we're going to have farms, we're going to be producing crops, and we're just going to be sitting on that crop waiting for the right deals to come along before we sell it. But yeah, this is what we need. The headland. Notice there are, like I say, there are some little patchy bits where, for whatever reason, he's not quite... They've not quite hit things properly. That seems a bit of a random... Unless that was a bit where I was driving, and it could quite have been, like in a few of these areas here where I was driving. And obviously, I've gone a little bit further than what the AI was doing when I was doing my rows. Also, looks like we are not on the first headland, but we are maybe on the second headland at this point. Well, there's nothing to stop me having a quick whiz round once and just finish tidying up some of this bit. Yeah, because I'm going to guess that that's the first headland there. So 1, 2, 3. I think I did 6. I think I told him to do 6 headlands, so that would make sense. And the 6th headland kind of overlaps with the up and down bits. So there's a little bit of overlap there, normally, typically. But yeah, it's strange. There's obviously, I've decided to spend this weekend doing recording because obviously real life things have happened this week, and it's kind of changed my weekend plans quite a bit. Obviously, being a big Formula 1 fan, nobody could have predicted what had happened in northern Italy this week, with the weather, with the rain, with the flooding, which has obviously resulted in the Imola Grand Prix being cancelled this weekend. And obviously, thoughts and feelings go out to the people affected in that area. Hope they recover soon. And obviously, prayers for the families that have been very badly affected by the weather there this week. Especially those that have lost people in the flooding. Terrible, terrible news to hear earlier in the week. And obviously, very sensible decision by the Formula 1 organisers, promoters and everything to say, hey, let's cancel the event. You know, let's be sensible. Let's not put people in danger. You know. And also, big shout out, obviously, to the people of again, the owners of Formula 1 who have donated, you know, $1 million to the relief effort, the relief fund, along with obviously all the Formula 1 teams that have also donated and contributed off their own backs as well. I know I think Ferrari donated $1 million, or €1 million. So yeah, huge respect to the team stepping up to help out that affected area. And hopefully it can recover, and like I say, hopefully maybe later on in the year, they can reschedule the event and hold the event later on in the year, because you know, again, definitely would help the region and inject some more, obviously, much needed funds. Big lorry. don't get many big lorries coming around my part of the world, because my streets aren't really suitable for big lorries. But hey, big lorry just drove past. So obviously coming here for a reason. But yeah, we're getting to that strange time of the year. I definitely think it's a strange time of year, because obviously here in the UK, football season is definitely coming to a close now. We've only got a couple of games left. I think we've only got like 2 matches left in the Premier League. So soon not going to have any of that to distract us at weekends. And yeah, it just feels like getting a little bit lost now, losing all the things that make me socialise and interact with people. And it's going to be like, it's going to be like 3 or 4 months now where I'm just all by myself before everything starts again. You know? Don't wanna be all by myself, but I am. So you never know, the weekends there actually might be, over the summer, over the coming summer, weekends might actually be days where I actually do a lot of recording and content production. Because I'm just like bored, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. I mean, I mean, people say, oh, well, why don't you stream weekends? Thing is about streaming compared to content creation or YouTube recording or whatever. The problem with streaming at weekends for me is that being a small streamer, you are competing against every single other small streamer and then all the big streamers too at weekends. Obviously, most people, weekends is where they're going to be doing their thing. So again, when you're trying to get views, you're trying to get subs, trying to get followers, competing with all that traffic at weekends and trying to, you know, be discovered is just like, nah, doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. So I tend not to do streaming at weekends. Like I say, I tend to do my streaming in the week, Monday to Friday, mornings, afternoons, you know, in the daytime, UK daytime. So obviously very early in the day for the American viewers out there, American audiences. Obviously very late in the evenings for people living in the eastern parts of the world. But that's my schedule. That's how I prefer to do things for me. I prefer to obviously make my content when I know there's less people on the platforms making content. Therefore, my channel is a lot more visible. For the people that click onto the platforms, like Kit or Twitch previously in the past, for the people that click onto those channels in the middle of, you know, in the morning or lunchtime or early afternoon, and are looking to try and find something to watch, there's more chance that you're going to find me then. You know? And that's where I'm at. Again, evenings, I try not to stream too much in the evenings, because again, you're running up against everybody else, and you know, there's more channels to watch than there is viewers to watch them. I think that's the fairest way of explaining it. Viewers have plenty to choose from, and like I say, it's sometimes just not worth it. Whereas, like I say, when you're recording content at weekends is absolutely no problem, no issue at all, because most, you probably know that content is going to be releasing in the week and down the road. So there's no impact at all from weekend viewers on recording content offline. You know, because obviously your release schedule is completely different for your pre-recorded videos. Now, saying that, and talking of release schedules. Obviously, I've been doing the experiment this month with changing when my videos go live on YouTube, because YouTube analytics and analysis, and also several other little tools and browser extensions and things that I use to manage and look after my YouTube channel, have all been analysing and making suggestions to me on how to improve things for my channel. And one of the big things that came out at the beginning of this month was that I should release my videos at 4 PM every day, because that's when most of my viewers are online, and that's when the majority of the viewers who view my channel and view my videos, they're online at 4 PM in the day. So I should release my videos at 4 PM so they're brand new and fresh when those viewers log on, rather than releasing them at 9 o'clock in the morning. Strangely though, as I've looked at the figures this past month, by doing that, the number of views on the videos has actually gone down. So the number of people actually watching the videos is less, despite the fact that I'm apparently releasing the videos now at the time when everybody who watches my videos is online. And that is just, you know, it's just a head scratcher. It's like, what? How is that how does that make sense? All my people are online at this time. I released the video at this time. Nobody watches it. Nobody's watching it. So do I go back to releasing the videos at 9 o'clock in the morning? I'm questioning. I'm asking people now. This is an actual question for everybody watching this video. Please put the answer as a comment underneath the video. When would you prefer me to release my videos? What time of day would you prefer it if I release these videos? I'm actually going to do a survey now. This is an actual survey of the real people that watch these videos, and you let me know. You let me know what, and I will have a look at all the responses, and we'll see if we can come up with something, a common denominator, and then we'll shift things a little bit. Maybe look at shifting things a little bit again. Also, because I need to find, obviously another thing that doesn't help now for me is that the company that I used to use and have been using for several years now, that used to do a tweet for me. They used to do an automatic tweet and social media stuff for me. Whenever I released a video on YouTube, they would put out a tweet and stuff on the socials, say, hey, new video's released, everybody. Go and have a look at it. This is the video. This is what it's about. Here's a nice little picture to get you tempted, to get you interested. Go check it out. And that has been working brilliantly for, you know, several years. I've not had to worry about it. Doesn't matter what time of day or night I release a video. I know that's going to be done for me. It's not something I have to think about. Until this week, when the company turned around at the beginning of the week and said, hey, you know what? Since Elon Musk took over Twitter, they've raised their prices and stuff. And now, for businesses like us interacting with their systems and stuff, they've actually jacked up all the prices and made it more expensive for us to access their API and things. So unfortunately, we're no longer going to be able to offer tweets as a free service. If you would like to continue using our service and having tweets automatically generated and posted for you, you're going to have to subscribe to one of our payment plans. And their cheapest payment plan, when I looked at it, was £200 for a year. And I was like, Again, as a small streamer, small YouTuber, small content creator, there is no point me spending £200 on a service like that, because the content will never ever pay for that. The content will never ever cover that cost, you know. So I'm like, okay, system ends then. I'm not going to be using that service anymore. So now, whenever I release a video on YouTube and post a video live, I have to try and manually, in my brain, think and remember that I need to now go and manually do my own tweet and say, hey everybody, I've just uploaded this new video, blah de blah de blah blah blah, blah blah blah, here's a picture, please go watch it and check it out for me. So now suddenly I've got an extra job to do every day. And again, time of day when that when those videos goes live, when the videos go live on the channel, will also impact the tweet. And obviously it will be easier for me to tweet at certain times of the day than it is at others. Like 4 PM is not really a great time when the videos currently go live, because normally, typically speaking, I am streaming at that time. And it's very difficult when you're in the middle of a stream to suddenly have to go, hey everyone, excuse me for a second, let's just pause. I just need to tell everybody that I've just released a YouTube video. I'll be back with you in a minute, don't go anywhere. You know, yeah, that doesn't really work. So I'm thinking to myself that perhaps what we need to do is find a way to get again, depending on what the answers are, I guess, to the question, what time would video releases best suit everybody here on the channel, then that determines when I need to do my tweet. Time of day. It's obviously going to be a lot easier to do the tweet if I'm sat at the computer, because obviously when I'm at the computer I've got access to the screenshots and everything that I've taken, do the video thumbnails and everything, so I can upload those in the tweet. Whereas obviously if I'm tweeting at a time of the day where I'm not on the computer and I'm doing the tweet from a phone or tablet or whatever, then unfortunately the tweets are not going to have the images attached, because I don't have the screenshots and stuff on my phone. So yeah, I need to look into that aspect of things as well. How are we getting on? Have we nearly finished? Are we getting any close to being finished? The contract must be close. It must be borderline finished now. We are 97%. It will get done, ladies and gents. It will get done. Just got to let them go and finish off all the headlands. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of today's video, and we've reached the end of this week's videos. Hey, hey! I've got a week's videos recorded. Oh, it's only 20 to 11 in the morning. What the heck? If I keep going at this pace, we'll have next week's videos recorded and the weeks after. Wouldn't that be nice if I could get 3 weeks videos? If I could get 3 weeks videos recorded today, that would be great. Because then I could do 2 rendering sessions in Vegas, which would get all 6 videos taken care of. I can get them uploaded, and then I can start doing the scheduling and everything. That would be my goal. That is my goal today. So yes, the next few videos you might see me in this exact same outfit, because I literally am going to try and record 6 videos today with very little in between them occurring. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourself, stay safe, cheerio and goodbye.